Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Boom, bam, boom, bam, bum, 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 bum. Boom, boom, bam, bam, ram, bam, beam, 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 bom, beam, bom, boom. Boom. Had a little stream. Time to stream. Something we haven't done in a long time. Have some fun here today. Man, like dark as fuck. I have behind me now. Do this. That helps. I'll do that. We'll do this. There we go. I have like a nice to meet you. Hey, how you doing? S.A. Arthur, how you doing, dude? Nice to meet you, man. You son of a bitch. It's been like a month since we streamed, guys. Went to TwitchCon. Didn't really have a good time at TwitchCon. Didn't have a great time. And I was just like, you know what, man? I kind of just need to distance myself from this for a little bit. Streaming in general wasn't doing too well. And it was just drawing a lot out of me. And it was overall depressing me. But here's another stream that's probably not going to do too well because I don't think this game's very popular, but we're going to do ANNO 117 AD. And today we're going to start with a history time for those of you that have come here from Crusader Kings 3 way back. I will eventually do Europa Universalis 5. I just have to find the time to do it. But ANNO takes place in 117 AD, as you would imagine, because that's the name of the fucking game. And this is kind of the final year of Trajan's rule. It's the time in which he passes on his rule to Hadrian, or Hadrian, whichever one you want to pronounce it as. And it's a time when Rome has reached the zenith of its overall growth. And you can make the argument that even under Hadrian, it grows a little bit more. But this is the point, under the end of the Flavian dynasty, right? Because although we're talking about Trajan, Trajan is initially a young child under Domitian. And Domitian is the current ruler around this time. And actually, the Flavian rule ends with Nerva, but still, we're going to get there. I think it ends with Nerva. I can't remember. But either way, we have Rome. This is Rome at that point in time. We've covered, Italy, or Rome, has all of Anatolia. It has pretty much the majority of the Levant, minus Nabatea. It has Egypt, it has North Africa, it has Anatolia, and then it has Gaul, right? And then it has broken into Britannia. And of course, this lineup here goes a little bit further north under Hadrian. So Trajan, as a young warthog, is originally from this region over here, Italica specifically, which I think is actually on this coast right below Cordoba. And he is, even though he is born in Hispania, his roots come from the central portion of Italy, or the central portion of Rome in the Umbria region. The modern day name for it is like Toti or something like that. I can't remember the name for it, but pretty much like smack dab in the middle of Rome and in the middle of Italy. But either way, Rome, Italy, potato, right? And he rises to prominence through his father. His father was a prominent general at the time, and he became, I believe, a legatus, and became a general himself through his father. And he pretty much had a number of prolific campaigns here in the northern portion of Hispania, over by Gades in Spain. It's like the actual like location that it is Seville, right? I thought Seville was over here. Well, over there than it is Seville. Potato. But either way, a lot of campaigns in the northern portion of Hispania fighting against a revolt that broke out. Now, we have Domitian, who eventually dies and hands his rulership over to Nerva. And Nerva was considered to kind of be an intermediary emperor. He was an older guy. He was like in his 60s or 70s at the time, and Nerva's rule is not a very long one, but he's still ranked amongst the 5 golden emperors of Rome, right? We have I think it's Domitian, Nerva, Trajan, Hadrian, and there's someone before that I can't remember off the top of my head. I thought it was Marcus Aurelius, but I guess I'm wrong. Let me take a look. It's Nerva, Trajan, Hadrian, Antonius Pius. That's it. And then Marcus Aurelius. That's it. So Domitian is not on that list. That's where I messed up. So either way, Domitian passes on and he hands his rulership to Nerva. Now, Nerva doesn't have any children. And what was a pretty common thing to happen during the rulership of an emperor, if they didn't have a worthy successor, there would be times when, they'll hand it off to the Senate and the Senate will decide. Or they'll hand it, or they will adopt someone kind of more at the last minute. Now, at this point, Nerva has taken control, and up here at Germania Inferior, especially around Colonia Agrippina, this is where we see Trajan. He is doing his best to pretty much hold the Rhine. And at this time, Nerva has basically, Domitian really not allied himself, but he got in close with the army. He catered to the army of Rome, to the legions of Rome. And through that, it built him quite a bit of support. Now with Nerva, he leaned in towards the Senate of Rome. Again, a different type of support. And basically, as a Roman emperor, you had to kind of fence in between these two strategically and tactfully without kind of angering one or the other. Because what happens is, if you piss off the army, you have the Praetorian Guard who's watching over you, who kind of decide that they don't really like you and they're going to take you out, which is exactly what happened to Nerva. Nerva was killed by his Praetorian Guard. And the Praetorian Guard, too, kind of undermined the whole thing. I'm sorry. I messed that whole thing up right there. The Praetorian Guard killed Domitian, I think it was. And then the Nerva, basically, the Praetorian Guard goes, yeah, it was the Senate, it was those conspirators over there. So he was kind of being pulled around by the Praetorian Guard. Did I mess that up again? Probably did. This is my first history time in a long time. Bombing it hard. But either way, the Praetorian Guard was involved with some bullshit. And regardless, right, this is better than the history class in uni. The Praetorian Guard was involved, and Nerva at the last minute kind of did an audible and adopted Trajan. So when Nerva died, he passed the emperorship to Trajan, who was up here in Germania Inferior. So while he was moving back down to Trajan, who is now the emperor, who's moving back now down to Rome, as he's assuming this mantle of emperorship, he's basically going down this whole entire path here, kind of making sure that all of the legions are in order. He's making contact with them, and it's putting a face to the name type of thing. And what happens then is that he invites the Praetorian Guard up and says, hey, come on up here. I need you to protect me because I'm on the border. And they come up there and he kills all of them. He has them all executed. And this kind of wipes the slate clean, but the Praetorian Guard eventually becomes a political tool much into the future, where the Praetorian Guard kind of becomes a kingmaker. And so this is kind of the first big step of the Praetorian Guard doing that. And it gets slapped down pretty hard by Trajan here. But I guess put a pin in that. I don't know if we'll come back around to it, but they do eventually kind of become a very corrupt portion or arm of Rome. So Daddy Traj makes it down here into Rome. And as he comes into Rome, he's greeted as a hero. And this is kind of where Trajan's strength kind of plays to him becoming Optimus, basically the best emperor. It means the best emperor in Latin. That's Optimus Prime. It's where you get that. It's 100% where it comes from. But what Trajan did was he catered to the people, he catered to the legions, and he catered to the Senate, but he maintained power within himself. He didn't make his stance weaker by catering to one or the other. He was very strategic. He was very tactful. He did a good job he was a good orator. So he did a good job of maintaining this really good placation of both parties. And I say parties because it's like, that's really what it was. You have the Senate, and Alpha Blue called it out in chat here. Senate was essentially a lot of the elite families of Rome too. They they usually had a senator in there some way, shape, or form. And then he also would cater to the legions, who also played a large hand in this, and sometimes were even on the Senate or part of the Senate or had some sort of connection. So he played into this ruling class very heavily, but he also played very heavily into the people. And this brings us to the kingdom of Dacia. I've heard it called Dacia recently, and I don't think I've ever heard it called Dacia. So the kingdom of Dacia had a conflict with Rome earlier, and it didn't go too well. The ceasefire was kind of more of a tie but loss for Rome, more or less. And it kept Rome pretty much at the border here. But we then get into two back-to-back conflicts with the kingdom of Dacia through Trajan. And eventually, we get a capitulation of Dacia. This is the worst resolution picture here. But Dacia then gets taken out by Trajan across both of these wars. And there's a lot of skullduggery from the leader of the Dacians. I can't even pronounce the name of this place. It's Sarmizegets, whatever the hell. It's this place. It's the capital of Dacia. And basically there's a lot of bandying back and forth between Trajan and the leader of Dacia, and how it's basically the leader of Dacia was trying to assassinate Trajan before even actually having an open conflict, but in turn ended up finding out about the scheme and diverted it. And Dacia, the leader of Dacia, had captured one of the Roman commanders, Longinus, I think it was. And a really cool act here is Longinus realizing what he was, right? He was a Roman commander. He was of high station. He was already well decorated. He was an individual that had good pull within the empire. He just kills himself. He gets captured. He gets put in captivity, and then he kills himself because he realizes, I will not be used as a tool for manipulation against Trajan. And this basically gives all of the footing that Trajan needs to start invading. He moves north, and the leader of Dacia flees into the Carpathian Mountains, takes over the capital city with near no conflict. The majority of the campaign of the Second Dacian War is actually spent just undoing all these hill forts that are all over the place. It's actually a lot more of Roman engineering than it is actually doing anything serious. Because in the first war, they ford the Danube and they create basically a beachhead and have established locations that they can then invade from. So in the second war, they march into the capital, and a lot of the Dacian nobles are like, we're done with that guy. Take it. You can have it. So he takes over all of Dacia, takes over their entire treasury, their royal treasury, which is something like, it was assumed to be 500,000 pounds of gold and several 100,000 pounds of silver. And it's like, we see these things, and a lot of this stuff is inflated over time, either by Pliny, who was one of the predominant friends of Trajan that wrote a lot of this stuff down. But a lot of these numbers, they're so complicated over time, and it's so interesting. Like 500,000 pounds of gold, that's an absurd quantity for not a major kingdom to have. So it kind of gets you to wonder how much poundage of gold did the Roman Empire have. But I always see these kinds of things, and it's like, wait, they had 780,000 soldiers, and it's like, how the hell did they have so many? And we've started to find out anthropologically that those aren't realistic numbers. They're used more as propaganda, right? Like, we know that the Battle of Thermopylae was probably 300 Spartans, but it probably wasn't the millions of Persians that they fought against. It probably was a large number, but it probably was nowhere near the original recorded number, as again, that is just form of word of mouth and propaganda on its own right. But after this, we have Dacia being taken over by Trajan. And then down here, we get Nubia taken over as well. And this is kind of positioned as an annexation, but it seems also like it had some military involvement that got the ball rolling. And really, with both of these locations taken over, a lot of diplomats outside of the empire came to Trajan, was like, hey, just, congratulations on the new land. Please don't do this to us. like the diplomats from India and what have you were saying this. And in Rome, there were just the Dacian games were being held. Trajan has some of the most buildings dedicated to him in all of Rome. And that's just kind of what a lot of emperors would do after a campaign. They would contribute some sort of something to that campaign, like a major forum. The Trajan's Forum was built, a major temple was built, and it was supposed to commemorate him, but they said, we're gonna have to wait until you die. And then from that forum too, we have actually the only real chronicle of the Dacian campaign is this big, huge pillar that tells everything. And this, it's kind of like a cool mosaic that spins around like that. Well, not mosaic, but relief. So those things kind of create the biggest portion of the empire. And to close out Trajan's reign, he takes out the majority of the Parthian Empire. As you can see here, you can see this location. This is the Parthian Empire here. And all the way down to this location, we have it all, right? So Mesopotamia and Assyria all get kind of gobbled up here, just to kind of show you that juxtaposition between the two. Let's all these firsthand contemporary sources. But this becomes like this is the absolute peak of the empire, and it's after this point that they start to lose a lot of this ground. The Parthian Empire proves too difficult to hold because right towards the end of his reign, oh man, I think it's the Kixos War, the War of Kixos. It's a major Jewish revolt in the Levant happens, and that pulls resources away from these locations. Because typically what would happen is you'd have these campaigns, vexations would be thrown out. Vexations were basically a call to arms, more or less, to create a new legion. And this wasn't common. Like for example, vexations in Dacia were thrown in the middle of the Second War to create 2 new legions to invade. So it wasn't like, oh, we're going to war, let's make legions. It was usually done in response to a need for arms. But the individuals that were then called to legions and then go through these campaigns then typically became the settlers that would inhabit that region. Like Dacian, when Dacia was captured, the majority of the people that were in that campaign went and held that location. So it's kind of an interesting little ditty about that. But as Trajan goes through his reign and eventually perishes, and there's kind of an interesting thing about Trajan handing off the emperorship to, again, Hadrian or Hadrian, whichever you want to say. He didn't have any kids. He died kind of, I don't want to say unexpectedly, he had failing health. But his wife, Paulina, I think it was, Paulina had a low-key obsession with Hadrian. And there was some suspect that there was some, little going on. And she basically adopts him at the last minute, again, in that kind of, not circumstance, but in that kind of method that we talked about before, right? Where emperors would adopt someone that was pretty popular to give the emperorship over to them. But the rights of adoption were signed by her, not by Trajan, which was kind of a little suspect, which again, he was failing in health. So it could have just been that she did it for him, but that's kind of like a little bit of a, who did this? And the result is that when Trajan passes on, the emperorship falls then onto Hadrian. So we're going to play a game, of course, Anno 117, Pax Romana, set pretty much at the height of the Roman Empire as it is. And we get to take control of a Roman colony, or a Britannian one, whichever one we so choose. But that is your history time here for the day. There's some things we messed up. It's okay. It's our first one in a long time. Let's have some fun playing the other game. It's up to you guys. Do you guys want to see Albion? I'll be honest, I've never played Albion. I was going to do this stream to kind of teach people how to play, but, well, you boys never played Albion. What would you guys prefer? Do you guys want to see Albion, or would you want to see Latium? Thanks, Papa Spartacus. Oh. Continue with this. Keep teaching. You wish I would, Iwar. You guys want to see? Okay, we can learn it together. So, I'll show you this though. Here's one of my cities. I do all my videos on this city. No, I've not read Polybius. I don't read a lot of history actually. I watch it more. We can do it. We can do it. So I'll show you guys the progressions and everything. Like, let's see. I'm playing on Ubisoft Connect, so here's my current city. Oof, this is rough. This is so rough. Okay, hold on. No, I have not, Hail Alexander. Oh, ray tracing is on? Let me shut that off. That'll change everything. I mean, if I'm playing this without recording, I'm good. Or I'm sorry, without streaming. Streaming just sucks up so much bandwidth. My dad is in surgery right now, so I apologize if I keep checking my phone. He's getting a hernia repaired. You know, one of my favorite kind of like history content creators like that, Hail Alexander, is Flashpoint History. He has a really good series on the Reconquista. Okay, there we go. Still a little chunky, but it's fine. It'll do, pig. There's a button. Nope. There's a button to walk the town. I don't remember what it was. I don't know if I was only on the special build I had because I was playing at TwitchCon or what. What's that do? Oh, that's cool. Well, either way, this is my current Roman city that I built. And I have this guy back here, but that does not help out anything because you need to have your villa in the center of your location. That circle needs to be kind of like around everything. But this is what I'm used for all my videos so that I can like have like basically like a scrap city where I can just exemplify things and like, okay, this is that. Here's, you know, city number 2. So you guys, we're gonna go exit the title. You want new game. I've just been doing endless. I haven't even touched the campaign. I'm sure it's great. So there's 2 progression systems, Latium and Albion, and it just gets you different cosmetics, different governors, more or less. It's just a portrait, it's not an actual governor, and then different gods that are unlocked through this. Like you can get Cernanos here, or you can get Epona. You can just get that. I can get that right away, actually. But you can see that it's kind of a cool little system that allows you to complete achievements in the game, and then you unlock these little things that you can then put. They're little ornamentations. I have a ton of fun with these. I spend a lot of time like really like building out my my locations. So you guys want Albion, huh? Oh, dude, look at this fucking pissed off dude. Oh, that guy's mad as shit. Dude, look at this guy, just noble. You can't use this dude until you unlock him, unfortunately. Banner, let's go with a cool bird. A barbaric mark. I like rebirth, we'll do rebirth. Kneel of 9. Sparty stream. Got it. So I've been doing normal. We can do advanced or veteran. I mean, it's just gonna dunk on me. I'm just gonna keep doing normal unless for any reason you want to see advanced and veteran. I don't know anything about Albion, so I'm kind of going through this blind. So I guess we'll just kind of stick with this. Basically what this is going to determine then is the governors that you're going to deal with. And you can swap some of these governors in and out. So like, for example, here, normal, it shows you all the stuff. You can make kind of like a custom one if you so wish. If I go over here to advanced, you can see that we're just dealing with the same stuff, emperor-wise. But the content we can change around, the world, the start, the balance, stuff like that. So we'll stick with this one until I learn it. Governors here. So these are your AI governors that you're going to be dealing with. And you can change them around. I can, you know, ditch this one, just to kind of show you here. So these are the normal governors. Then we've got, you know, like this guy. And they're just all different levels of like, here's their traits. Here's what they're kind of like. It's aggression, or this character is a lot of aggression, just whatever it is. Like Nick or Turin told me like this guy just beats the shit out of you. Just beats the shit out of you. So we'll do that. And there we go. So, I mean, this game is, if you're jumping into this game thinking you're going to be playing like a hardcore actions per minute, real-time strategy game, you're not going to. This game is very relaxed. It can be, it definitely can be, just go hard in the paint, get fucking feral. But I haven't been playing it that way. Turin definitely knows like the ins and outs of it all. Challenging experience with more specialized resources and aggressive raiders. Marshes can house unique Celtic buildings or be drained to construct a Romanized building. Preserve local traditions or adopt the Roman way of life. I did play Frostpunk. Dude, give me that pro powder, bro. Again, I played this game at TwitchCon. Honestly, it was my highlight of TwitchCon, minus 2 worlds. Outer Worlds 2. Meeting the director of Outer Worlds 2 was really cool, and playing that, and they did like a big like dinner too, and it was, yeah, they had these fucking salmon on a skewer, and it was so fucking good. But it was the only 2 things I enjoyed of that whole weekend was playing this and playing Outer Worlds 2 and meeting the devs of both. And the devs for this game are so cool. They're so passionate. And they're so nerds. They're such nerds, right? Like they fucking love strategy. And we were talking, it was H for Havoc and I were talking with them a lot. What's up, Kunj? Don't worry, I haven't streamed in a month, so you haven't missed much. So we just kind of shot the shit with them, and we were talking about it. Yeah, it basically was. We were talking so much about like this style of game, and he was saying like, I just want people to play this game and enjoy it and not get, he's like, I want it to be more like a Factorio and less like a Age of Empires. He's like, if you want to be sweaty about it, you can. That's why we have the advanced settings and stuff like that. But if you just want to build a really cool Roman city or build a really cool Britannian Roman colony, you can, or you can do those things. So I've taken more of like the relaxing, let me build out my really cool city situation. and it's been really fun. Like, I enjoy it. If I'm being honest, I think that let me see. I'm looking at what the price of the game is. Cool. Are we just not loading anymore, Steam? Why don't you just 5-finger fuck me right now, huh? Cool. Guys, how much is this fucking game? It is a $60 game. Do I think there's $60 worth of content here? 100%. Again, I haven't touched the campaign. If you like city builders and you like kind of getting lost in the weeds of manipulating kind of, it's not necessarily the market, but like how you're going to build stuff out. Because every time you expand more and more things, it's more or less about how can I tweak those things. And I've created this whole new bank of houses. Well, now I've got to create all the things that satisfy the needs for those houses. So it's an ever expanding thing. So I think it's definitely great. I think that $60 is going to be scary for a lot of people who are just jumping into this for the first time. I kind of wish it was $50, to be honest, because I think at $50 you'd be like, boom, I'm good, I'm in. Because I think a lot of people see 40 or 50. Like, dude, Arc Raiders is so popular now because it's 40 fucking dollars. You can never have played a extraction shooter and you're like, it's $40, I'll try it out, you know? So I think that that's kind of a big thing. Nikki, absolutely, man. Happy to help you out, my dude. Has a long shelf life and depth support with DLC. Yeah, that's not a big thing. Is like this game will get even more elaborate and even cooler. I think it's a game though that if you want a relaxing city builder, it's here. If you want a game that's going to be really crazy and you're really fighting against a lot of other governors, or you're playing multiplayer, it's also here. So I had to decide between this game or EU5, Hail Alexander. Yeah, so Tori, that's kind of where I was saying $60 is really high end and raises lots of expectations. I totally agree with you. At 50, you can be fine. You can be like, cool. It was that works for me, you know, like I had to decide between this game or EU5. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Ubisoft, I've had a relationship now with Ubisoft, and I have one with Paradox. Paradox is amazing. I love dealing with them. Ubisoft offered me money to do 3 tutorial videos, which the first one's up on the channel. The second one's going up tomorrow. Then I've got a third, like, beginner's guide, building your first city type of thing. I went with them because it was a substantial amount. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and go, well, this is a better game. I don't think any game is better. I think that they're totally different in the same purview, right? Like, it's a strategy game. EU5 is about controlling a growing empire in a time during the middle 1400s, which is an amazing time period, all the way through to the beginning of the 1800s, right? So you have a burgeoning empire simulator versus this is specifically a city builder, a colony expander, you know, like it's not that same scope. It's a different vibe. You're building on the micro level versus the macro level. So if you wanted a juxtaposition between the two, I do have EU5 and I will make tutorials for it.
Probably think this place is weird. All of that.
I booted it up and I was like,
Then if the Celts saw Latium, they'd probably feel the same.
this is gonna be some fun.
It's ancient.
Oh, the load time was already loaded, Thomas. I just hadn't pressed the button.
To heal. Expect a bit of resistance there, mind.
It loads like that. Like this game is very light.
Bound by fate, but divided in belief. Anyway, Albion knows how all that's meant to meet.
I don't know what the drop is, Epoch, honestly. I watched someone else for like 4 hours yesterday and I didn't think I got the drop, so. The drop's there. We're gonna learn this together. I'm thinking of doing a EU5 stream on Sunday. Would you guys want to do that and we'll learn it together? Thomas, do you care to see what the load times are? I can show you if
Timber is vital to the continued growth.
Let me do this really quick, just to show you. Here you go. There you go. So that the load times are very, very fast. I was just sitting there on that screen to talk. Nature Boy, guys, so good to see everyone. It's my first stream in about a month. I did miss two things though. Let me call these out. Dante resubbed up for 1 month. Glad to have you back. Excited to see this one. Thank you so much, man. Daddy Tu Wong subscribed. Said, "Are you taking over the world yet?" We sure are, Dad. Thank you, Tu Wong. Here's signed up, resubbed up as well. Thank you, guys. We have a hype train is now building, so thank you guys for subbing up and having fun over here. Oh. Hail Alexander, let me ask you this. Did you play Crusader Kings and or Vicky? I asked Strat Gaming what his opinion of EU5 is, and he said EU5 is what I wanted Vicky 3 to be. And I think that's a pretty good staple from someone who I trust as a strategy gamer. SFS Sleeper just subbed up with Twitch Prime. Thank you, brother. 1, 2. Fuck you, dude. It definitely is Oros, but I'm trying to make a point here. But Hail Alexander, you tell me, are you looking for that level of a strategy game, or do you, because there is war in this and it's pretty cool. You can make soldiers and everything. There is city building, but there is also conflict, which we're going to take part in doing Albion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fucking drinks. Where's my clock? Okay. I gave you like 3 extra seconds. Oh. Oh. Oh, God. Oh. I have not played All Under Heaven yet. How is it? Is it good? I've heard Anno 118 is amazing. I mean, so if you like both those games, I think it's going to be down to you, man. So we'll play on Sunday, and I'll give you my opinion.
Station the woodcutter in forest near our trading post.
Frop, what does that mean? Oh, drop. I don't. Oh, okay, so Epoch, I'm like the worst. I don't really know how it works, to be totally honest with you. Okay, so how much exposition would you guys like on what I'm doing right now? Because I can teach you everything I'm doing, or I can just kind of go through it. So you tell me. I'm going to build some of this stuff out. Dante, I think if you're thinking about that, this game is definitely far less of a stress. Yes, you'll probably need to connect to. You'll probably need to connect it to. There you go. Thanks for coming to my stream. One of the most articulate streamers to have ever existed. Ubisoft Connect. Okay, so pretty much everything in Anno has these two. This will prep me for doing my my beginners video. So pretty much everything in Anno, when you click this little timber mill button, has production trees, and a production tree will have 2 circles like this. And when you've completed one step in the construction tree, you'll see this little kind of, what color is this? Do we call this white? Is this like, because it looks like a greenish white. This little like circle around it. That tells me I've completed it. Now I need to do, this is required to make a sawmill. Now, what's important to see when it comes to any production or any kind of production tree in Anno is this, processing time. So it's going to take 30 seconds to cut down wood, and then it's going to take 30 seconds to cut that wood into timber, because both of these say 30 seconds right there and right there. So we'll go ahead and pop this down. This doesn't need to be within range. You can see that that thing says plus or a check mark. it doesn't need it, as long as it has that check mark. You can see, I'll build this really quick to show you. If I put this over here, you can see that you see the road turns green. As I get it closer, that tells me that it's in range. So it can pull directly from that resource. It doesn't need it. As long as there's a warehouse nearby, it'll pull from that, because it'll pull directly from it. So you'll be good. So what I like to do then, we've got that'll start to build. Ooh, so are these waiters' residents anything different here? Residents live here, fulfill their needs. Okay. So I like to build my buildings in interesting little pockets. And one thing I'm going to do right now is we have our ship. Kind of cool skins do I have for it? The Golden Star. So what I'm going to do with this ship is, here's our map in the lower left, right? I'm going to go ahead and press shift, and we're going to click. We're going to basically, I'm going to make a bunch of zigzags all over this map. So he's going to go everywhere. He should go everywhere, at least. I don't know if there's a limit. You know, there is a limit, I think. So I'm going to go boom. Oops. We're going to go shift, right click, right click. Oh, no, let's bring this here. I do not have a... Ooh. I don't have a sponsored link. I click this link. I don't know if how much it helps me out. As part of my contract, I was given a link. I don't have a kickback link at all, Satori. This is just, it's just going to link you to Steam, but they can track it, basically. It's going to say, hey, this campaign that we paid money for, he got this many clicks. I'm going to do this. Why is it going over there? What's going on? Okay, so this is going to go... Oh man, Analog, good to see you, brother. Hope you're enjoying the BG3 content. We will go back to that one soon. Not soon at all. I don't know why I said that. We will go back to that eventually. So right now we're making wood, and we just store that wood in a warehouse, and that warehouse will be right here. I kind of just make warehouses close to the docks at first. There's no real rhyme or reason for it. As long as you've got access to it, it's all you need to worry about. Just kind of like doing stuff like this. And we're going to make our first block of houses up here. I don't like this. There we go. Is that doesn't feel equal. We're going to find out right now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we got to bring this in 1. And I can just demolish because I'm playing on normal mode, so it doesn't cost me anything. A big thing with this game is, if I don't like this, I just move it, man. I just can move it. No big deal. Don't stress about placement or anything. Place things down and then move them around eventually. Like, you don't have to really kind of be too worried. Now, a big means of income in this game. You know, Satori-sama, I don't know. I don't know. Are your buildings. Oops. So we're going to actually... These buildings are going to generate for me. You know what I want to do here is... when I make Roman buildings, when I make a Roman residence block, I do this. And then in the center, I put ornamentations. With Albion, I don't know if that's necessarily the best bet. I'll kind of want it to feel a little bit more natural, right?
Just another current urging for the sea.
So what I think I'm going to do here is this out 1, this out 1. Oh man, you might love this game then, Pone. honestly, what I'm doing right here is not recommended. You know, like use your city location probably better than me, but I want it to have like kind of a cool, more natural look to it. So that's why I'm kind of making this a little bit more ramshackle. And if at any time I don't want to do this, I can just do that and move it however I want. It doesn't change anything. So I'm not really bound by any of this.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
And so what I would do then is something like this. There, that there. Just get like something like that right there. And then like something like an olive tree. Not in the fucking middle of Albion, that's for sure. Something like, I like having fun ornamentations. It makes it really cool for me. It costs gold to do this, so I mean you can't go too crazy, but still. That doesn't have any effect on their happiness or anything, but it does build my prestige, which I do want. So we've done that. Kind of got a bit of a dead area here we'll deal with in a bit. We still need to make 6 more. We're producing plenty of wood. Let's go ahead and make... Actually gonna make these guys up here. Morgan in winter. Reach 100% food needs for waiters residents. Okay, so what are their food needs here? Cockles and eels. Yummy, yummy in my motherfucking tummy. So pretty much every single thing that you unlock, as far as needs go, is going to contribute something towards your attributes. Let's just call it. I'll use that word. So cockles, for example, every single house that has cockles satisfied is going to give me 1 population and 1 happiness. Another one here is these eels, right? So every single house that is satisfied with eels is going to give me 1 income and 1 population. So you can see that building these houses directly gives you income because eels are going to be eaten. We built 20 of these houses. That's going to give me 20 more income. So let's say this right up here, we can see land taxes minus 80, balance is negative 98. So let's go ahead and make some eels, which I'm assuming is down here. No, where's eels? Where do I build that? Where does this go? Requirements marshland. So this is just right here. That makes sense. Where's marshland? Oh my God, is this it? Holy shit. I like yields. Yields might be a good way of calling it. We're going to call it that from now on. Wow, marshlands are really far away. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay. But this will do... We're going to need another warehouse out here because this needs to have a drop-off location.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
Have they? So I want this guy just to kind of like... We're having him do this because I want him to discover other players out there, and I want him to discover... Because eventually we're going to need to take a look. I don't know what these fertilities do. Because Albion's going to have different requirements for fertilities than Latium.
Perhaps no longer.
If you could look after this, Eri.
So if I click over here, just to show you what that was talking about, this is showing me that this has a direct route to this. And if I click my warehouse, everything's going to be dumped off here. So this then has a direct route to my trading post, which I believe acts as a warehouse. So we're going to move the warehouse here. Should be fine right there. Yeah, the talking heads thing is, Corey, like, they did a really good job. Like, it looks really good. It's at -98, right? Because we have plenty of land taxes. And we will increase this income because you can see this is starting to get satisfied. Eels will start to get satisfied. It's just going to take a little time because they have to kind of ferry these back and forth. Basically, I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so you should see over my shoulder. Oh, here. This is a production efficiency. Right now, the efficiency is only 35%. We need to get this to 100% because then it will produce faster and it gives us 100% of the total yield here versus right now. And every single production building needs to ramp up. So even when you build more, stuff like that, it needs to have that ramp. So we just unlocked more services because we satisfied some needs. We're going to see what these are. This is basically our market and then our barbaric hearth. And what do we get from these? The yield, as Alpha Blue called it, is going to be 1 income and then 1 population and 1 population and 1 happiness for anything that is in range of the market and of the barbaric, the bardic hearth.
Scouts have sighted new land.
Have they? Well, I declare. I'll put you to control group 1 so I can keep checking around. So every time I pop around here, I'm looking at these fertilities. Oh, pony pops over here. We got some pony poppies. Who's over here?
I am the warder of the Skaha. Turn back, Roman. You're not welcome here.
Okay, all right.
Raiders roam these seas. If anyone here is
So she'll probably try to attack me. It is true. You are wrong. You're not wrong. Okay, so we need to get our public services up. So now, I think it would be kind of cool here, actually. This thing is huge. This market is massive. So this thing has a pretty good range. And you can see what's in range of this. Same thing that we saw before. It's the green road, right? So I know that if I place this here, it's going to get pretty much everything, but not everything, right? If I've had it right there, it'd be good. So what we can do is make an adjustment. And just like that, we'll probably have enough room for this market now. Okay, good. We'll build this across. We can clean that up in a little bit. That's just about everything. It also gives us our hearth, which I can also put right here in the middle. How do we want to do that, though?
You must be the governor. My name is Licia Ma.
Okay.
Licia means glowing clouds.
I paused real quick.
You see in
This may be of interest.
I'll talk about that in a second.
What a pleasure to meet you. I am Licia
A
Ma.
polite greeting.
Father's a silk merchant. You simply must join us for dinner sometime.
Dude, she's looking rough. 10 horse cocks east. Do you know why that is, Hail Alexander? Celts are part of the native cultural group that inhabited the Yamnaya people, move out of the steppes and move into Western Europe. And the Celts pretty much ruled, I say ruled because they weren't an empire. They were a people, an indigenous people that existed all throughout Iberia, all throughout what was Gallia, right? So pretty much France, Germany, through the northern portion of Italy. And then eventually they migrated over into Britannia. Celts that were in Germany moved north and became the corded ware people, who eventually, of course, become all the Nordic, as we would look at it. And then the one south intermingled with Latin, quote unquote, cultural group, I guess you want to call it. But yeah, the Celts at one point were all, if you were to think of them as an empire, when they are not, right? They were what's it called? Not disembodied, not disorganized, not distended, but individual tribes. They did not look at themselves as a unified nation. Diaspora might be it. Diasporic. Yeah, diasporic. There, that was the word I was thinking of, but couldn't think of.
Someone bite me. The Roman is talking sense.
Ah, I did not think they would find me.
Oh,
The weeds of my garden.
Tarragon.
Tarragonus Taurus. At your service.
Yeah, there you go. Alpha Blue will support me in any and all.
This may be of interest.
A blade wiped clean.
Any and all history things. What is this? That'll do, pig. That'll be all right for right now. And we'll adjust things as we need to. Again, if this was Roman, this would be all really pretty looking. Disparate. That might be kind of close too, though. So we've now unlocked this. This is going to be really ramp up our money, right? So reed shoes and tunics both are going to give us, as they fulfill needs, tunics. And now that we've built some locations, we now have this. So this location now has an upkeep of 10 denarii, or this one has an upkeep of 8 denarii. But if I look at even the other locations like this one, this has upkeep of denarii, but it also has an upkeep of workforce. So it corresponds to the waiter workforce. It's going to cost me 3 and 6 to maintain this. So I need to make sure that I've got that going and that it can actually properly meet the needs of everything. So let's also look at these reed shoes, because these reed shoes need reed gatherer. So this happens in the marshlands as well. I don't know if it affects this guy in any way, shape, or form. We're gonna find out if I do this though. Yeah, it does. Okay, so we'll move him here. That little icon tells me that it's the... There we go. I'm actually gonna move this right there. And tunics. Tunics need hemp, which is easy enough to make. We got a bunch of stuff over here, so we can probably do that right there. And we can drag this out. So I can press shift to make a nice big, nice square, or just let it do its own thing, and it will pull out to the max of what it needs, its cultivation area, which is 80. So we'll go ahead and let that do that. Now we need to build up enough, what's it called? Lumber. A waiter kneels in dirt. A passing waiter sees your toga, bright with the colors of Roman nobility, and throws himself at your feet. Alas, his well-meaning gesture causes mud from a nearby puddle to splash over your hems. You sigh. Speaking no Latin, he gestures frantically to the wares strapped to his ponies. Freshly woven reed shoes and tunics. They're yours for the taking if you wish. Do you accept his offering of apology? Take his reed tunics, take his shoes, you get 20. Take his tunics, get 20. Oh, sure, forgiveness. Some decisions have no cost or negative consequence. What is up, Slicks? How you doing, man? We'll take tunics because they give me the most value. I'm just going to actually show forgiveness. I don't know what it does. I want to see if it does something. It says have no negative or positive consequence, but maybe it does down the line.
It's your song.
The waiter has never known such mercy. He lowers his head in deep gratitude, hops atop his pony, and splashes off before you change your mind. Could it be that a new dawn of moderation and compromise was risen upon this land with your tenure as governor? Time will only tell.
May your river run clear.
Oh, what a compliment. Thank you, John O'Shaganassi.
You've met a neighboring governor. Part of being a good governor is learning how to deal with rivals.
Always busy. The Empire never
Even
ceases.
killed Sparty. So you also have Gnaeus Firmius Caldius that will also talk to you at sometimes. I don't know why he's the emperor.
Met with a desert, a bleeding eye. Weeks we marched to the same sad outline.
Something for your consideration.
I'll talk about that. I'll talk about it. We're getting there.
Love a horse on market day.
So what that thing was talking about is this bar, these bars right here. So every single residence has these needs, right? So we want to fill up this, this, and this, because there's 3 bars that correspond to it, right? 1, 2, and 3 fills this up. Once they get to the 3rd, once this is all complete, then we can upgrade. Now to get there, we need to satisfy these needs, and that will allow us to
Have sighted new land.
upgrade. Wait, where? A lot of these like little shitty islands. Oh my god, look at this disgusting hovel. What a great place. Welcome to Albion. And just doing absolutely nothing of worth. They got beavers though. I know. So there is a way that so I could basically, if I wanted to, and this is what I do when I deal with, what does this need?
That hot misses summit.
Oh, oops. I thought we were in the Maya or not. Oh, it needs actual, I see.
Our
That's
scouts
cool.
have sighted new land.
So, what I can do is I can go into build mode. Then I can press planning mode right here. You can't see it. It's right there. And I can press V and do that and just go like, basically go like, oh, okay, let's make a big tract of land over here. Let's make a big tract of land over here. And then I can build that whenever I want. I would leave planning mode and then it would just be there. So I can go ahead and do whatever I want. And it will then allow me to build that when I see fit. So when I come into like a new, like if I make a new settlement, I do that. I basically build out the whole settlement and then just use the mass upgrade tool and build it all once I've really reached every single thing's allotment of resources that I need. But this is an example of we built this thing without the resources that we wanted. So we're now going to construct the whole thing because we're good to go. So we're still negative, right? But we're now going to start building. As you can see, we're starting to build an income from residents because of this guy who's generating that gold from everyone that's in range of this building. That will change here shortly. Oh, no worries, forever. A cult of personality person is someone who's like, they're not necessarily bad or good at video games. A cult of personality person is like they can just release a video. Spiffing Brit is a cult of personality. He makes a certain type of video that he will always get views on because that's just kind of what he does, right? He's always about breaking systems. So his videos sit outside. They're always evergreen because it's like he could cover Skyrim, he could cover CK3, he could cover CK2, and it wouldn't matter because people tune in to see what he wants to say about that subject matter. So right now, we're just waiting for all the needs to be met. As you can see, this bar is going to start filling up because these guys are going to start producing all this. Oh, actually, I didn't build this thing, did I? No, we didn't make that. So we've made hemp farms and we've made our reed gatherers, but now we need to make shoe weavers, which will give us this capability, and tunic spinners. So we'll put that there. We'll put this. Actually, I'm just going to do this. Perfect, that hits everything.
Fabius Gemellus Corvinus, Procurator. You must be the newest governor.
Cool. So we found the, which is perfect. We found the Emperor's representative, I believe. Yeah, I haven't done it in a long time now at this point, man. Someone asked if I saw the high elf rework. I did. I definitely did.
The materials haven't arrived.
They'll get there. So when these are brought into this location, they can pull them from here, as you can see. So they just pulled the location, boom, he's good to go. This is going to start spinning up his efficiency. And you can now see that these bars will start to fill because these guys are going to start producing their output, their yield, their product, whatever you want to call it. And every single location around here is going to start generating 1 gold once we can satisfy the needs of these tunics, which we haven't just yet. Do this.
Of course, you must be the new governor. You're welcome to drop in at the hill fort of the capital. I'm Max, their chief.
Hi, Manx. I think there's a million governors on this motherfucker. Now, every single governor, too, will have this contract that you can do. Like, I could deliver 10, like, tenium, I think is what it's called. Talentum. 10 talentum of lumber to get these things. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. So 10 shoes to get a specialist, and a specialist will give me increased health in certain ranges and certain things. Once you upgrade out of the initial tier 1 citizen, worker, workforce, whatever you want to call it, the game then immediately changes. I now have to start dealing with a lot more mechanics up here. There's a lot to do. So using this kind of initial time to build out stuff is definitely recommended. Oh shit. So we can actually make another one of these. I'll explain why. I think it's pop based on tier. It should be, I mean, I'll show you. In a way, you are correct. It is pop based, but oh, ooh, oh. See, I don't know this was a thing, but this then changes everything. The Romano Celts are focused on economy and research. Mercators, or merchants, and nobles live in larger cities and reshape the environment to their advantage by draining marshes and building aqueducts. Boosted attribute is knowledge. They get brooches, bird tongues and aspic, and hand mirrors, cultural needs. Or we go Celtic. Celtics venerate local gods and nature. Your smiths and aldermen live in small communities and gather the produce of the wetlands and forests that surround them. What do you guys want to do? I've never done this, so do we do what becomes the Berthonic people or Celtic? You're right. That's the level of your city. Celtic? You guys want to see Celtic? All right, we can do that.
Living on the edge.
Yeah, must be that then. I thought it was just jumping into tier 2, but I think that, or I'm sorry, just jumping into these, but I think it's because I've always had that happen usually around the same time. Interesting.
Song and a war marth do me the world of good. Don't mind an all in its own jelly, me.
Yeah, interesting. It looks like you can. It looks like you probably do it on different islands.
New land.
But these guys will then have different needs. They have the same needs as the previous, but also in addition. So cheese and beer, and oh man, beer is pretty wild. Reduction in knowledge, but it gives us a lot of happiness, a lot of population, a lot of income. Well, income. So you can see here that this one that we upgraded has the previous needs, but also new one, and also new ones, and also new one. So that is kind of more Islander Scotland. Yeah. Thanks for correcting me, Hell's Remorse. So I can do
Reed shoe to a sandal. Local, see?
that. We just upgraded a ton of them. So by pressing U, we jump into the upgrade stance, and if I hold down shift on one building, it'll upgrade all that can be. So I can do that and do all of these ones that have the up arrows. Well, the ones that I have basically highlighted. Can you spare a bit of iron for a festival? What? Bit of iron? You want actual iron?
Me and some of the other lassies were planning a wee festival. Celebrate the craft, you can. Spare us a bit of iron so we've something to work with.
A manacled woman is escorted into your presence. She is guilty of violating the law of majesty, claiming to be a goddess and gathering followers. The Empire is very touchy about such claims, but the woman insists that she and her people pose no threat. Decide this woman's fate. Pardon her, which will give me happiness, but I lose reputation with the Emperor. Pay her to renounce divinity. I'll gain knowledge, lose belief, and gain favor with the Emperor. Or execute her. I'll lose happiness, gain a lot of reputation with the Emperor, or exile her and her followers. What are we doing, bros? How much is it to this? Oh, this costs 10,000. We only have 14k. I ain't gonna be going crazy with the payer. Money is very easy to get. It's very easy to like start ramping up quickly. It's pretty early. Losing 5 reputation with the Emperor is not going to be drastic. Why is this not paused? Exile her, pardon her, or execute her. Because I'm not throwing 10k out the window. What's it going to be? Learn her secrets, go native. Yeah. I guess we could just, if you want native, pardon her is the closest we can get to that. Dante says send her away. Pardon for the happiness. That's a lot of votes on pardon right there. Ooh. I was messing around with my backstab last night for 20 minutes, and you must get those waters when you pilfer for 2, because I got like 5 and 10 minutes. Holy shit. Alright, pardon her. Deliver, is this out of a timer? Because I don't, iron ore ain't coming fast. Produce 3 wattle and daub. A mud dryer. This is going to be kind of wild. I wonder how this works then. I've yet to deal with the 1.30 or 1.5. So basically, every production chain, right, has a different approach to it. Let's look at this one. So reed gatherers, it's going to take 1 minute to gather reeds and 2 minutes to make shoes. So I can provide, well, actually, I think I fucked this up. My brain gets really screwed up on these sometimes. You want to push a byproduct. Yeah, I made too many reed gatherers. That's okay. Something else uses reed, so we're fine. But basically, you want to be able to find an efficiency that is good, in that you're producing enough reeds to satisfy the demand. And right now there is 1 demand for 2 potential. And in the time that it's going to take, I'm going to be able to generate, let's just say it's 1 reed a minute. I'm going to generate 2 reeds because I've got 2 in a minute, and only be able to do 1 at a time because this is 2 minutes. So I need something else to offset that. That's okay. This is going to eat it with this one. But we need mud dryers. More of that marshland. Let's dry some fucking mud. I don't know how this works. Did I make a thing? Okay, so that's just that's what that is. Okay, so let's do this then. Let's move you there. Let's move you here. Bring this through it. Why? Oh, I forgot that costs wood to do that. Well, remember when I wasn't smart? Oh, that's still 100%, we're fine. Yeah, it's just a relaxing game, right? Like I mean, it can be very intense if I want it to be. And then we need so this is going to cost 10 gold. And you can see our gold is starting to balance out because we have people that are hitting our needs. Population here, we need to make more populations. We're going to do that. What is up, Rodrigo? How you doing, dude? We could probably make, well, I don't, you can go overboard with lumber. You're always going to use it, but just take a break, honey. It's just going to cause upkeep. I like to kind of make these things with excess of what they need. So this needs 80, but it's in an 80, it's in 100 cultivation. So it allows me to kind of do stuff like this, where it would eat it up, right? Like if I put that there, it's no big deal. I'm not too worried about it. So why am I doing that? Yeah. Sure. Of course. All the time, anytime, every day. Now, what you do want to, though, look at is some of these things, you know, I've made these things out here because what I've noticed is none of them have any kind of effects that I need to worry about. This just produces. Where's the mud dryer? This just produces, but this also just produces, so I'm good. Well, take a look at this. This doesn't just produce, it has a need attribute, which is just going to be fulfilled, that's fine. But it's the area effect that I want from it. The Shoe Weaver is going to give me, for everything that's in an area of it, right? It's going to give me 1 happiness. And this also has the same thing. It's going to generate 2 income, but anything that's in the area effect of it generates an additional income piece. So this gives me 3 income, 2 from the actual needs, which is going to happen regardless of where it is, then 1 from everything that's in range of that thing. So I want to try to take advantage of it as best I can. I don't know, man. A lot of people, I think, are really excited for that game. But there's just nothing that really jumped out at me for where the winds meet, if I'm being honest. Like, it's kind of relaxing, right? Like, if I was playing on harder difficulties, this would definitely be, like, hard in the paint. That's what I've heard from some of the reviews, that it is just not... There's nothing about it that is, like, super unique. I wonder what happens when we eat, like, Emperor's Villa stuff. Oh, I forgot about this thing. Okay, so Barley Farm's gonna take a minute. Malt House takes 30 seconds. And Brewery takes a minute. So I think it's 1, 2, 1 then. We also need charcoal. Where does these go? Barley. Oh, I don't have any barley fertility here. Oh, fuck, that sucks. Playing E5 and I'm definitely not relaxing. What does barley look like? That really blows. So that means we're gonna have to go find... This is our neutral trader? Yeah, this is our neutral trader. How many reed shoes do we have?
I'm drenched. Let's find somewhere to warm up.
I've heard Dispatch is really good. But this is... This has got barley. Okay, that's the symbol for barley. Okay, so right there. That's barley. Resin we'll need, I think. I don't know what tier 2 is like for these guys. I can find that out though by pressing this button. No. Would you guys say it's like Sims? What would you guys compare it to? Damn, man, that's gonna be hard. That sucks. I've never been on an island that doesn't have all the tier 1 stuff. I mean, this island looks pretty good. It's huge though. This might be better. What is? There's actual conflict though, Pawn. Like I you can play actual like fights. Let's come over here and establish a beachhead. I like this beach more than this beach, but this is closer to the marshland. I really get the marshland in. Okay, we're gonna have to go there. The combat though is not like Civ. Civ is like, you know, it's like, oh, this hex shoots at this hex. I can actually produce units, and the units will actually like go to war. No, it's not as complicated at all, Toast. It's very like, this plus this is that. Oh. That. Build this and this. Doesn't EU not have a wiki? Paradox is usually really good about establishing a wiki with their games. This we can make at least. This we cannot. We need barley fertility. So what you do is though, the second location is gonna have these things, but the byproduct I want brewed here, because look at the income I get from this. So we're gonna want that income. So I'm probably gonna want to make this, you know, like up here, for example. I mean, it's just we're gonna play EU on Sunday, and just point Jean-Claude, just point Claude or ChatGPT to the EU5 wiki, and then have it explain things to do. To show you guys the difference. This game is far more relaxing and fun, and just like, yeah, play it at your pace. It can be very not that, but it's definitely not that way, like right now especially. I have deliberately, for those that are watching that are like, why is this not neat and orderly? It's because it's an Albion faction, so I wanted it to feel very, like, ooh, rural and different. Which reminds me, guys, if you haven't, I mean, not if you haven't, but I don't usually plug this a lot, but I think, okay, I lied. There's a third thing that I really enjoyed about TwitchCon. It was hanging out with the Gamer Subs folk. They're really cool. Like, here you go, man, take this, take that, take this, take that. So if you are in the market for any kind of either caffeinated or non-caffeinated energy stuff, please check out Gamer Sups. I have tons of tubs. I've got like 7 of them. I think I've got 4 of them are no energy, 3 of them are energy. No, vice versa. I've got 4 energy, 3 no energy. Meaning they've got no caffeine in them. So I use them at night if I just want like hydration or if I just want like focus. Faction, AI faction on the map that you can start wars. Yes, it is. War boss. That's a faction. This is a faction. And since we're playing on normal, this isn't necessarily like, they're not like going hard to paint on us. So we'll settle this because we cannot expand without it. Did anyone hear that sound that it made, by the way? That's an Easter egg. Okay, so let's go ahead and make some timber over here. One thing that I know that Turin does that he told me that he likes to do. He goes and grabs a shit ton of timber and just brings it over. And I can definitely do that. But I'm so early in my own tech that I can also just make timber here. It's definitely not going to be an issue. And then we'll do this button. Make pockles. Put this into planning mode. Heals. Happen over here as well. So planning mode again means that I am waiting. I'm not going to make anything immediately. Oh man, thank you, Wong. Wong just gave out 5 community subs. If you got a community sub from Daddy Wong, make sure you thank him. Love that Wong dong. So we're gonna make a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, that, and this. Make a little this, that, and that. Yeah. 100%. We definitely don't talk like we used to. And that's a me problem. I have been too engrossed in all these other games that keep coming out. I'm just kind of making shapes, I'm not gonna lie to you. Look kind of cool in my brain. What I'm gonna do is this. This is, I think what I'm doing here is like, it's fun and all, but what it's going to do is end up making it way harder for me to drop stuff like this down. But we're going to go ahead and expand that all back up. Knock out a couple tippy tips, tappy taps. There. Know what the exchange is with regs. Yeah, dude, he's got the inside scoop on those regs, dude. Yeah, the copy and paste is great. Or just like do that, you know, just move the whole thing and just adjust. So that's all set right now. Sparty Harganeth executioners, that's so fucking funny. So this island has its own income, and it is separate from my income over here. Well, sorry. It's not separate at all. I'm saying that it's generating its own income. The total cumulative income is displayed here across everything. And my total denarii is then here as well. If I jump like this, I can see the individual island's income from these two little things. So Margam here versus Penvifer. Which reminds me, I can now name things again. So, Tu Wong, you gave out 5 community donations. That's the most donations we've had today. What do you want to name this island? It is named whatever you want it to be. We're going back to Bannerlord, by the way. Isle of Spartacus, done. Done. Ram Ranch hole repair. How dare you? Ram Ranchers will always reign supreme on this channel now. So we can build that. Got 2? Okay, we'll just build these 2. So those are doing their thing over here. Oops. What's the storage right now? We can kind of expedite some of this. Coming over here. And just picking up a bunch of lumber and going and dropping it off. What we can do with that then is it just, again, it expedites the whole process. Camp is being made, making wattles and daubs, meaning we can then probably make these ox farms. These have any area of effect? No. Oh, my introduction to health. So we want these near nothing. Yeah, there's ships too. And I can make This is what you want? That's what you want. Hoop Sock Peninsula. Done. Oh, it won't let me do it. Oh, the Hoop Sock's fine with me. No, no, no. So we have to be careful. I can't place this here because you can see everything would then take a -2 to their health. And we don't want that. So we need to then make this. Well, Arxfox need to be in the marshlands anyway, so this can go over here. This is probably going to be made just like the pig farms. Yeah, figured as much. Is this going to affect it? Okay, what is this thing at? Yeah, we're good there. We're fine. And we'll do this. Perfect. Both, Tyrone. War can happen in this game. It's taking so fucking long. I'm gonna make my... So, ooh. Take that, put that on her. So, I don't have a shipbuilder right now, but you can build ships. Like, warships is what I mean. Okay, so villa set here. There's naval combat, yes. So we could use some more of these. This will increase our income. There we go. I was waiting for that. I want this up and running. So we don't need to worry so much about this being smack dab in the middle, but you see this big old radius? I want it to be able to fit everything. I could put it all the way down here, but we could get a little bit more room out of it. So let's go ahead and slap it right. Oh, I actually don't know if I want that one. Okay, so now I can do this. Now I can do this. So this just takes mud. Dude, mud dryer and pillar. That's so nice. That's in planning mode. Perfect. I just want to be able to lay this out. We have to make some charcoal. So charcoal can be over here as well. Tools? Oh, that's just a tool thing. Do we have a vigilus or anything of that sort? I'll explain what I just did in just a second here. The barracks if we want it. Okay, so the governor's villa, what it's going to do here is it is going to allow us to place specialists. Now this, we can take this guy's specialist. We're going to take the specialist there. That'll help us out. And we will take... Nope, no, not all of these. 20 should do. We're generating so many. Take more. So we're going to take those and bring them back to this island. And that's going to just give us...
There's good eating on cockles, and not just for crabs.
It's going to give us just the means to get this stuff going quicker. Don't necessarily want all that, but we'll figure it out in a bit. It just happens. Yes. Yes, this is a randomly generated map. I believe. Guys, if you have a Prime sub you've not yet used on me, use it. I'm sorry, if you have a Prime sub you've not yet used this month, use it on me. I actually don't know what DLCs are coming. And I don't know what DLCs they've had in the past. Like for Anno 118. If someone is an Anno veteran, let me know. I have no idea what to expect, to be totally honest.
By decree of his reign.
They said somewhere in here about it, though. I don't know what the ones that are coming are. It'd be cool though to go to like North Africa or like in Egypt. It'd be really fun. Just to go to different biomes, basically. I think Egypt makes sense because you already have some of the AI governors as Egyptians. So it would make, you know, I could see that happening. One DLC will be the desert. Okay, let's see that. Recreation ground. So, ooh, this actually comes with prestige. You get this kind of early. Greece could be cool. Okay, this will be nice. This gets belief and knowledge. That'll be good. Let me go pee real quick, guys. Be right back. Oh. I'm gonna pause it. Oh. So we do have a giveaway we're going to be doing here. Probably end the stream in about an hour. Then I will stream again on Saturday, except do a video tomorrow. Okay, so game is paused. What are we at? We got negative there. That'll fix itself once we build the stuff we need. Okay, so recreation ground here. Upkeep is going to be 16. It's going to give us prestige. This is going to give us belief and knowledge. We have to build belief, though, before we can access religion, and build research before we can access knowledge. Same thing with prestige as well. We just need to build this actual villa. Where does this go? Pretty good range there. Okay, all right. That'd have been cool. Missing street connections and unfulfilled needs. Oh. Oops. I thought I fixed that literally like 2 seconds ago. I'm keeping these open spaces because we're going to put ornamentations in them and fun stuff like that. So my ship has come over here, press this button, and then offload these goods. And now this place has 41 lumber, which should be enough to just do this. So now we have all these, this population has been established in this location. It should start to thrive. Do this and this. There we go. We're going to need to connect these back into here and connect this back over to here. I'm actually going to connect these 2 points too. That's going to eat into our bullshit. That's bullshit. So you see something though, if I go to drag this, this costs lumber because it has to build a bridge. So if we just keep it on solid ground like this, we don't need to actually ever use lumber there. So that does that, and then we're gonna make a warehouse over here too. We'll drop all those things off. They're not. Market will give me income first. How do you not have? Whoop. Did I put that there? I feel like that shouldn't be there. That's not supposed to be there. That definitely no way I did that. There's no way I did that. There's a way I did that because I was just making fucking designs at one point. And boom. So our second settlement is pretty much, established now. And we're good to go. So this is now going to start building money for us. We're at a negative 48. Hell yeah, moist. One is already up. Over here, we need to make a Tyler. So Tyler just needs mud over here, which is actually pretty cool. And we'll make a charcoal burner. So this is just going to start eating into us. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Not worried about it. You can be negative for quite a bit in this game.
How's looking after the land?
You here to see how the sausage is made?
Oh, that's right. This has to be in the forest. Pop that right there. The front of it. Oh. Should be like a warehouse right fucking there. What's the problem here? Oh, missing goods. Okay. Don't I have one of these? I have a mud dryer over here, I thought. Yeah, it's right there. So we do need to make, though, another mud dryer, because now the amount of mud we need is going to be higher. So if I go ahead and go over here, go to production, let's take a look at our mud. So right now there's a demand of 2, and we only have 1. Even though we're running at 100% efficiency, it's going to start dropping because the demand for it is so high. And we're only going to be able to meet that every so bit, because if we look at this, what uses the mud? Oh, it's this. This is 1 minute and then a minute processing. This is a minute 30. Sorry. This is a minute 30. This is a minute processing. This is a minute 30. This is a minute processing. So they're eating it at the same rate, but we need to still be able to compensate for it. So what we'll do is we should have enough wood to push this back. Copy this. Oh, perfect. So what we could probably do here is take this and move this back just a step or two. I don't know if that'll actually reach. We'll find out right now. Damn, it doesn't. So we have to bring this back down 1, or what we could do is this.
Need a villa, Ere? Essential in demonstrating your control of an island.
Boop. So now this, oh man, that should have been range. What's up, Toad? Well, I can just do this. That fixes that. So that's an example, right? We're like, oh man, not everything's in range that I want in range of this building. Well, we just need to move the thing. Why is this not in range? That couldn't be closer. Oh, we'll put it right there anyway. Yeah, I mean, honestly, guys, like I said too, everything that I'm doing right here is to make a point that
I await your
I know is to make a point that I am not building this efficiently. That you don't need to really worry so much about that. I can have as much fun as I want, kind of making the narrative of how I want this city to look and feel, and less of the concern about like, oh, it needs to have these things here and this like that. This was going to fit perfectly, but then I fucked it up because I forgot that it needs to be one little step wider. So we do this. Delete that, delete this, delete that. We take this. No. And go boop. I think we need, yeah. Delete this and this. And take this and move it closer. This is what I mean, right? Like, okay, fuck a little bit of shit up there. We can have fun just rebuilding the pathways to it and everything. In fact, actually, I mean, now what I do need to make sure these things maintain, and these guys are not getting it, but that's okay because sometimes you don't really want it. Like, you don't want everything to kind of connect because you're like, okay, well, that guy doesn't need that need met, so I'm not gonna worry about it. That's all good. And we'll just go ahead and build. We'll build it and we'll see what it looks like after. So we're just having fun over here. They just make like little scenic things in between all this. Makes it a little bit more. What? How are you not connected to the road? Oh, whoops. I can see exactly how you're not connected to the road. What is this? Oh, it's just residents. Okay. And so here's a cool thing I didn't showcase at all. If you have this little row construction tool, if I just hover over this, it'll just take everything around the outline of it and create it for me. So boom, there we go. So now we're at rank 2 in our city. And now we have Island Belief where it's going to start building. As soon as I build this, it'll start really ramping up. It's still missing its mud. The mud will just take its time. It just needs to ramp up its efficiency. You know, probably there's a better equation for this, right? Oops. So this is taking 1.5 minutes to 1 minute. It's basically like saying, like, I think you need 2 mud dryers to 1 tiler, even though it's not an even. You'll get like 1, then 1.5, 1, then 1.5. A lot of the Roman stuff is pretty like easily just like 30 seconds. Like, oh, it's 30 seconds and 1 minute, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Like, it's all like very easy to just divide into it. Okay, so we're over here now. Back to build. Oh. Or 3 to 2. Yeah. We can start working on iron mines and shit too over here, which would be we need to do for this. Yeah, this is trying to show you that what I was talking about, right? So this 2 iron mines can fill 1 furnace. What I want to do actually is these 2 iron mines back to back. Planning mode, please. Yep, and yep. And then we'll make out here, I'll make another charcoal burner because this is going to take 30 seconds. 30. Okay, so we could probably do a 30-second one. We might need 2 charcoal burners out here. And I'm not going to make it all right now. I just... This has kind of like a trade-off. Do I make my weaponsmith in the heart of my city or at a part of my city and take the risk of the fire safety that it causes? Personally, yes, I'm going to do that. And I know I'm going to start making more stuff around over here. So we're going to take this. Probably going to move this guy up over here and move this over here as well. Fine. We'll start to make this into more districts of like housing. Yeah, I know.
When will you accept contracts? I would very much like to talk business.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll get to you, lady. What she wants is me to go accept contracts on her island, like this right here.
Interfere, unless I have to.
Yeah, let's absolutely do that one. Yeah, move. It just. What I like about this game is there's no permanence. And because there's no permanence, it's easy to just kind of go, okay, move this here, do this here. I've reached a certain production point. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Like, it makes it very, very easy. I'll deliver this really quick. So we're going to go back here and grab 3 tunics and bring them back to her. That'll be take no time. What was I making? Oh, let's do. And we'll need a smelter. think I'll need a warehouse over here too. Oh shit, that was fast. All right, so we'll make our villa.
Always bribe your own gods before someone else does it.
Your first soldiers think they're ready. I dare say the beginning of a mighty legion?
So this is how you get, so people asking, like, does this have war? Yes.
Unless that is, I am seeing double.
Okay, so we get to choose between two different specialists. The Gemini and the Rough. The Roman Imperium is keen to support its governors. Funds were put forward to hire you an aide called Julius Lupus. However, there must have been some bureaucratic misunderstanding because there are two Julii standing before you, identical twins. Question is, who would make the better aide? Speak to Brutus Julius Lupus. Brutus claims that he can do the work of 10 men and that he even comes with his own oxen. Little good he has to say of his twin Gaius, who he says is always found behind his desk and never lifts a finger. Let's go speak to Gaius. Gaius claims to be a reliable landlord. Last year alone, leasing 70 insulae or more, half of which will still stand. No one is more apt with a ledger, he says, and adds that his twin brother is an illiterate brute. Only a fool would hire him. So, it doesn't matter. It's basically, we get to choose between Brutus. Now, residents in the work range of our villa have workforce from residents plus 20%. So we get more workforce out of our residents. This is endless mode, moist. Or we can hire Gaius. Now, this makes it so markets in range of the villa now generate 1.5 income in their area of effect. Right now, they only generate 1. So this means, let's just say there's 40 villas in the area. I'm sorry, there's 40 residences in area of the market. They generate 40 income. Well, now they're going to generate 80. 0.5. So, god damn, dude. 40, 20, 100 income is what I would get. So it goes up quite a bit. I personally like Gaius. Yeah, it would go up 60. I was like, what's half of 40? I'm good, Berserk. How you doing, man? Dad is out of surgery and it went well. Doctor said he had a large hernia, so they put mesh in to reinforce the area. Papa is out of surgery. Let's get we'll take a drink to Papa Spartacus. I guess it was larger than I thought it was, though. What's up, Berserk? I'll smoke this joint. My dad would love it. My dad is not a smoker. My dad told me, he's like, yeah, I smoked weed before. So I just never inhaled. My dad is, I definitely got my, oh, you're in debt. If your debt ramps up, the Emperor may revoke your title, ending the game. Which I do. I understand. I wish to continue. I'll be fine. I didn't realize we were in, whoa, we're in like fucking super debt. That's fine. We'll put this guy here. This will help alleviate our debt quite a bit. Once I unpause, you can see we're at negative 43. Now we're at plus 19. Honestly, I just haven't gotten around to it, man. What we can start doing, though, is we have such an excess of cockles and reeds, we can start to sell some of this. So I'll help mitigate some of our debt that we're dealing with right now, too. I definitely will play the DLC. I don't know if I'll do it on the channel, to be honest with you. Every time I try to jump into playing, I get very exhausted. I'm just like, oh my god, I've played this game so much in my life. Did I not make a warehouse over here? Now there is one. So it goes for the leaf, but we need 3 more there. Okay. We'll start to come out of debt soon. What's this? How's this place doing? We want to make sure too that they're generating income for us as well. And we do. So the biggest reason we're not seeing a lot of income right now is we're not satisfying stuff. I have yet to make a fucking cheesery over here. So let me make a cheesery, as I'm going to call it, which I know is a dairy. So it's a 1 to 2, right? So we know the yield on this is going to be pretty substantial. So let me see if we can squeeze this in here somehow. So what does this need? Probably just do that and it squeezes it in. Okay, so that means we're just going to take this whole block. Oh, let's bring it down here. This whole block. Perfect. And just scoot it over. For our cheesery. And just put the dairy here. And what I'm trying to think about here too is, where is this going to reach where I'm going to put future stuff? And eventually I might move it up here, right? But I want this to kind of, it's going to fill everything that I've got right now and then some. So that'll do, pig. I might actually put it right here. So I'm not going to make more stuff down that way. Where's my cheesery? Like dispatch, because they just show with some game. Yeah, I watched Rob play it. It's really cool looking. Just kind of haven't gotten around to playing much of anything else, man, to be totally honest. So we do need some way to fight fires. Why is that not in here? I mean, this is fine, but I don't need that yet. Just gonna clear that. Okay, so what are our quests here? Empty coffers, deliver. Okay. Taking your precious fucking time, man. You gotta get a fucking civilian building, man. We need this right here. Let's need more smiths for that. Okay. Oh, whoa. I don't know why you don't have any, because there's literally 20 in here. It might be time to expand and make another one of these. It's fine. It's hidden those, not these, which we can satisfy by moving here. And you can see, so you see this is in range of it, right? This is not. So when I click this button, you see that there's a gray bounding box around the Bardic Hearth. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the Bardic Hearth. Here's the market. Now, what this is showing me is if I put it here, it's in range of both. If I put it here, it's not in range of anything because it's still kind of in range, but still. But you can see as I move this away, it's not in range. So there's a lot of visual context clues this game gives you, which is really cool and fun. You two could probably be moved. You're fine over there, and you're fine. They're over there. They're over there. Trying to make sure we're not basically wasting room here. These two are not connected. Perfect. Okay. So that'll all balance out once we've gotten everything placed and ready to go. This is just taking its precious fucking time. What we can do here is speed this up by making a warehouse down here. Usually they pull from this. Like I don't know. The warehouse is the same. These warehouses have these same materials in them. And yes, the roads do matter. So the road complexity can also limit the range of these things. I don't think doing this changes anything. Yeah. Oh, did. Yeah, it does. Oh no, I think I'm looking at the wrong one. No, it's just a circular area of effect. I was looking at that. I was like, I didn't think there were any road complexity issues here. I have played it Floyd. I only played it very quickly though. So yeah, it is strictly an AoE. You can see as I move it. The complexity of the roads don't really matter.
Waiting for your decree.
Okay, so we need 3.
We advance.
Yeah, these two are not in it either. Shit balls, man. I just basically need everything in this thing to get as much money as I can.
Tunics are just the air on my chest.
Great to hear. Great to hear, man. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. It's a ship? Okay. So over here, though, we need to have this producing barley. Oh, fuck my ass. I'll wait for this thing to come back and I'll have it grab wattles. How much wattle do we need? We need 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll make a brewery, and that'll help out quite a bit. It's definitely a lot trickier. Nope, I don't know how to do that. I can try and save money by sleeping certain things. Like, okay, I don't really need some things. Like, oh, okay, this. Let's just say I don't need this. You could press this button. Well, on something like this, I could just pause it. I guess you just destroy this. So we have, again, we're going to set up a trade route here in a little bit. Once this guy delivers these goods, and we'll be able to fix our gold really quickly.
You've moved up on my guest list.
We stand waiting.
Build 10 waiter references. That's a thing. So we are going to start having, and we're going to need to now make another market back here.
You have been building for 2 hours, Harry. May I suggest some refreshments?
Not now, Ben Balian. trying to have fun with the bros. So even though you build one thing, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. You're going to have to constantly produce more and more and more, right? You kind of think of, what? Oh, oops. That's going to put me bankrupt, so we're going to wait. Upgrade. Oh, okay.
Might I make a suggestion?
And you can also, so I've already pressed pause here.
We should expand our fleet of ships for goods transportation.
We're going to get there, dude. I'm going to unpause. You're going to watch this number go down, this number go up, and this number go up. Well, this number is going to take time to go up because they have to generate the needs. But by upgrading to make it so that our individual pops have a requirement for more needs, it gives us more money. Oh, these things are like cash crops. Goddamn. So that's sheep. Dye. Good. We have dye here. Thank God. And hosiers. And this is copper mines, which we have on this location, right? Yep. Copper, iron, and silver. And now we can finally make our shipyard. Now, shipyard will give us just better ships. We do have this ship, though, and we're going to take... What did I say we're taking over here? We're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop these off over here, and then we'll set up some trade, and then I'll just help out our income. So every single map is going to have a neutral trader, and then it'll have this guy, some representative of the emperor, and they will always have this. This trader will buy anything you have to offer. So you basically just build a surplus of something, and then you go and offload it to this location, and it'll give you tons of money. I mean, I play on 1 speed because it's just supposed to be relaxing for me, but you could, if you wanted, just press fastest.
It is impressive, but a little consideration for aesthetics wouldn't go amiss.
Sir, not only have I feel like I've been maybe overproducing aesthetics. Alrighty, man. Thanks for jumping in, dude. Yeah, look forward to that stream. I think we're gonna have a good time. You gotta be careful though. Like this stuff can, like right now, it's probably okay, but you can really get out of control with this stuff. Like that's 50 gold each. Okay. So we're over here. Where is this guy? Perfect. Offload this. And over here, we can now finally fucking make barley farm. I'm gonna make 2 barley farms, because yes, it only takes 30 seconds to make a malt house, but we're gonna make 6 malt houses. What I want to do then is barley fields. Now that I'm here, I'll give you an opinion on this game again, and maybe I haven't played enough EU5 to give you a set experience. That's why Sunday we're gonna do it together. This game is just kind of more of a relaxing strategy experience. It can get very sweaty if you want to play on a harder difficulty. There is definitely, there's combat that's a part of this whole entire game. I am not doing that. Pern is the Dark Lord of that. He knows it too well. Okay, so I actually need to.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
Don't worry, we'll get to it. I think I have enough. I'm gonna make one more. Perfect. Upgrade this block of them.
Some you want to forget. A winkle among your cockles is a gift from the sea.
I forgot to fucking make shoes over here. So let's do this. Pause it so it won't cost us any income. So that's going to give us more money too. You know, I don't know. I booted it up and it didn't seem too bad. It seemed like it'd be pretty quick to learn. Hemp farm over here somewhere. I wanted you to experience a game that was just like home. Okay, so those are all snoozed. Missing goods, that'll kick in a little bit. As long as it's just missing and doesn't have access to, because the hemp farm wasn't built. All right, so that'll fix itself in due time. Let's set up a trade route. So we're gonna click our main city. Oh, main city. No, add a ship, main city, and then we're gonna load on to here. We have just shit tons of timber. So let's bring this down to 20 timber at a time. We will load in. Let's sell some cockles. Not a lot. We'll just sell like 15 because we're going to expand our population. I'll do 20. We're going to expand our population. Now I can only do these two. And let me actually show this too. So we've got all these things and I can see, I can trade it down here. He's not going to give me like, okay, so the charcoal here, I've got 31. He already has 19. Like you can see like who has what, but kind of taking a look at the map, I just hover over individual items. And if I go to, save the change real quick. If I click on this, trade price, purchase price is 12, selling price is 4. So cockles sell for 4, but let me go back over to the place where I've got all my surplus. I'm in the white. I'm in the white. Stop it. There. Reed shoes sell for 14. Reeds sell for 1. Cockles sell for 4. Eels sell for 4. Oxen sell for 27. So you can kind of be a little strategic with this, right? Like I can sell tiles. I don't have a ton of use for tiles right now. So you can do multiplayer cannon, yeah. The weapons sell for quite a bit. So you get to be strategic. Do you want to just sell a shit ton of wood? What do you want to do? So jumping back over here, we'll sell cockles because I guess we just have tons of cockles right now. Load up. Where's the cock? There it is. No, I don't want to do that. We still need to keep a surplus. And there we go. So now my character's just going to go back and forth, selling it, and we'll get 8 gold per unit times 20, right? So we're going to get 160 gold for the timber and 160 gold for the oysters, and that will be our cockles, and that'll be just kind of established for myself. That needs to have it run its course though, so we're not going to realize that income just yet. We still need to make more money before we do that. Also, too, what's worth noting with this, with the governor's villa, every single building that is around this is going to give me 1 prestige per. That's our area effect right there, right? So at the bottom, if you can see right there, this is our cost of upkeep. This is our area effect, the benefit that is exuded out. No, why?
No more space in our stores.
For what? Is it for wood? Don't worry about it. We have a plan for the wood. So good. Oh, it's already happening. With the slowest fucking ship in the game. So I want to make one of these. Well, we need sails and we need ropes to make like peasant ships. Okay, so this is that production line up. This is up. Okay, so that's running for us. We can start to work on these other ones. Those two will be, oh, recreation ground we don't have. She's probably gonna offer me a loan, yeah. So other characters can sometimes offer you loans, and what's gonna happen here, she's gonna give me 5,000. But basically, you can see it's got a fucking interest rate, so you can't escape them, even in video games. This is gonna cost me 97 gold a minute. So that's going to work against my clicks, you know? So my income, if it's not at 97 or higher, this is going to put me in the negative. But if I had a moderate or in a predatory, it's higher interest rates. So that just kind of shows you that those things exist even in this. We're going to decline because I can't really take a 97. Well, I don't. Oh, it does show us? No, it does not. I don't know what our current. We could have actually taken it. But I'll be right back. I gotta pee. Yeah, 16%? 16%? 16% APR? Go fuck yourself. His MasterCard. All right, so our ship is going to go out and sell those goods. I should have way more population, to be totally honest. Kind of just taking it nice and slow. Oh.
Something. One of my
You turn down a loan and sometimes you get a 10K gift.
worth a try.
These guys are usually pretty good. We're gonna put this in the. Well, now that that's done, we can build a shipyard. Because she gave us tons of money.
A first paddle into
And you know what? You know who really likes shipyards? Tarragon, because he's gonna give us 10K.
wise, perhaps. Only time will tell.
And we can also make a civilian ship, which just moves 45 to 90 feet a second. This ship moves, I don't remember where it shows it. We will start to have to make these two things though. And I'll make them like down here. So they don't have any area of effect, from what I remember. Yeah, there's none. So we'll make like this right here.
Now you make sail. May Aeolus' bag of winds help and not hinder.
Boat maker.
How about I show you the ropes when it comes to
The hemp farm though, we will probably need another one. For the processing time, so it's going to take, we'll be able to make basically 2 to 1 here. But hemp farm is also being used for this. So that's on a 1 to 1. So that's fine, but, and we actually, this should be fine supplying both. We can take a look at it over here, where the demand is 1 of 2. We should probably just make another one, because by the time we can fulfill one, we'll be able to fulfill the other, and it will just kind of like rotate. But for efficiency purposes, we can just go ahead and bop. Go, that's down. You'll have your goods. Now we don't have, though, any of that. So let's go ahead and... We're going to need it anyway for this. That's 30 and that's 130. Ooh, that's a little rough and tumby, dude. So 30 for 130. So it's 3 to be made in the time it takes for 1. Okay, shit. So the effectiveness, I think, of this... I mean, it should be okay to just pretty much do... I don't think I need 2. We'll find out as we get closer to it. So where does this need to be made? Anywhere? Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, oops.
Religious belief in your city was shaped to your advantage, Ere.
Yes, gods are available. Should fix that. They do. They can get multiple, actually, which is kind of cool. Now we can research too.
Research specific discovery and reap the benefit.
And that's our research tree. Okay, cool. We just built this back. Ooh. Seems like a really good spot for it. It's not going to hit those houses at the very bottom, but that's okay. And what I do want to do too is kind of duplicate what we've got over here. Make a market. And make a this. And if I connect these two roads, should hit these. Not as much as I thought it would. Damn. These guys are going to be out markets. What I could do is take this whole block, move it over here. Would they be in range though? I don't think so. Nope. And nope. I'm gonna trade routes and pause this trade route for a little bit. Well, we'll be able to fix that with some stuff. Let's go to religion. Let's see what we can do. So, interesting. Interesting. So here are our Albion, our Celtic ones, right? Like these help with things that like, okay, we do have cockles, so that's nice. I think we have oysters, right? But we're not doing sardines, we're not doing garum, we're not doing mackerel, we're not doing salt. The big thing here is like Cirrus is this is going to help out beer, but also, so when it helps out the product, it helps the entire production chain. So if it helps beer, then it helps grow malt and barley. If it helps porridge, it helps oats. If it helps bread, it helps flour and wheat. Ceres is like the easiest one. I chose Poseidon for the first one because I wanted to see what it was like. It wasn't the best. But as you hit these bottom breakpoints in your devotion, you also get all residents provide additional population. That's the big explosion because there's a shit ton more money. But what's Epona and Cernunnos like? Helps out with pretty much any kind of livestock. And then production buildings provide additional population. Interesting. And then Cernunnos is pretty much everything that we make. Like, okay, wattle and daub, our timber. Then residents produce additional health and knowledge. Interesting. But that's all the way down here to get this. And it's a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. So to get that though, we'd have to do this. Reach the city status, growing city, and generate at least 500 knowledge, which isn't too hard. It's just a little bit further of an investment. And then Epona, we get through this. We can actually do, do you guys want to do Epona? Epona's actually not that great because we're not doing it. The only thing we're doing is sheep. But we get her through. Don't we get her through this? There we go. Now I can worship her right away if I want. What's this? Oh. How come we don't have the ability to build that guy? That guy looks cool as shit. Oh. It's okay. Allows the placement of city watch buildings within the marshlands. Okay. Menander of Nicomedes. Auspicious Haruspecs. Account reward, religion specialist, belief area effect, knowledge area effect, and upkeep cost. I'm gonna go ahead and unlock him. For buildings, is cosmetic tool. Is this for what though? Well, kind of want to see. We'll find out. Then level 2, you know, we've got even more. Level 3, we can get Kurnos unlocked at level 3, but we have to push. It's just like a battle pass on what's it called? Helldivers. You have to push through this, and then you have to push through this, and you got to push through this. And we can work towards Kurnos. So we now have the Cult of Epona, so we can be Epona if we so wish. This, you know, what I actually like first is effects of market, and this. Both of these are just going to be so huge for us. But this is going to make it so that our markets can affect more things, which then in turn gives us more money. We can do Epona, but I don't know if it's going to really be huge initially. Sheep and horses, sheep, horses, and ponies, and ox. So we will get benefits from that on the main city. With sheep and ox. Or we can do Cernunnos. Or I'm sorry, not Cernunnos. Cirrus. Which one's it going to be, guys? Cirrus is going to help out our beer production. And event. I don't know if we deal with olive oil. I've not gotten far enough in this. On Albion. This will strictly help out only our beer. We're not producing wine yet that I know we will. I don't know if we will. We're not producing porridge or bread because we went with Celtic. This gives us cockles, oysters, caviar, seashells. We're not doing garum. Epona? I'm down for that and try something new. This is actually nice. Production buildings provide additional population is huge. It's not as strong as this. All residents provide additional population, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, this at least hits 2 things. So let's just try it. But then this has these little things to Epona around. Cool. It's a minor issue. Probably that we pause. That's the minor issue.
It is simply a divine choice. Your people will delight in lighting their lamps for. There are many discoveries one can research. Economic, civic, military. Choose wisely.
Oh, fine. We'll do this one. What's the other things here? Into the coffers. Have trade with iron and fire. Okay. We got to do that too. We will get to there. But this needs wood more still. Okay, yeah. Already did. This other island we can make Cirrus if we so wish. Because that's where our malt and barley is being harvested. I don't know if this affects anything, but I'm kind of curious to see if it is. You see that ramping up over there. And as that builds, you build this. And that's going to now make a production provides. So we're going to see how that works. So pretty much production buildings are these buildings. These are production buildings. As you can see, anything that kind of has this little spinny thing here shows us it's a production building. This is not. This is public service. So this is now going to give us desktop can be hosted. Oh. Citizens, City of Alice, what are you? They're asking you to host it. Fuck yeah, let's do that. a random specialist. Done. Infantryman from okay. Where? Oh, that's right. This guy's here too. So belief 1.2, credit on referral. Went them to Villa. Credit on referral. Does that mean it's going to cost me? Specialist 2. I've never dealt with that. I actually have to do this first. So I want to see if this does something. Point them to the...
As it was ordained.
Okay. I thought it was going to cost me.
Rejoice, Governor. Your city shall be
So now
saved.
our belief area effect, knowledge area effect, and belief are just through the fucking roof. So if we look at our buildings here, this is not triggered yet. When does this trigger? So +1. Damn. Max shrines. Actually, I have not made a shrine yet. Yeah, it's a festival. It's going crazy. So do you think it will always be worked once you build? What do you mean, Moist? Okay. So increase productivity, which is nice. I didn't know that was a thing. Increase production of the. And then there's a global, like, basically like a chart. So once we get 1,000, we can make a shrine of Epona. Increases population and happiness. I wanted Neptune because I wanted the income from it on my first island. That'll be nice. But when does this thing make population from it? Oh, so it's there, it just doesn't show it. Okay. So that is generating population for me now. It's this active effects tab. +1 population, +2 prestige. Got it, okay. Did I hit another milestone? Damn. Yeah, my opponent population thing is flying through the roof. Okay, all right. Available population to work the production buildings. I think if they give you population, you may not need one available. Yeah, it increases population growth, but so if I hover over this, you can see, right? We're at 370 out of 750. City Watch. These are pretty good. I like these. Our happiness is already like through the roof, but whatever. It's just cool to have them. So we still aren't making.
Waiting for your decree.
Done here? Have we done everything here?
me.
I'll be going to market for a friendly horse. Got me own reedies, keep my feet dry. Don't mind an all in its own jelly, me.
Perfect. And then we've got these. See, you can kind of get like lost in this. Like, man, you just kind of fall into it. Okay, so I have 3 keys to give away, but they're all Ubisoft Connect keys. So huge shout out to Ubisoft for giving me free keys that I have to pay for. It might be a pain in the ass for some of you because you might not want to use Ubisoft Connect. I understand. I totally fucking get it. I am playing on Ubisoft Connect right now. But they are free keys. So we'll boot up marbles with, Jesus, these are elaborate to make. Let's you just grab that Marley. Okay, good. Actually gonna make one more. Course. I think it does. I think you still need to, yeah. Whoa, watch yourself, man. The Epona Festival is popping off. We'll probably start doing this. And we struggled a little bit in the beginning, but we stabilized pretty hard. Like, yeah, everything's looking pretty good, pretty solid. How's our research? How's our... It's fucking soaring. How's our prestige going? Going well. Yeah, man, I'm happy to do it, dude. Happy to do it. This will finish up in 26 minutes. And then what we would do is probably this one. So now our clothiers will now provide knowledge, which is really good. But I think that's gonna, we'll save there. Perfect. Save there. And that we'll end our stream here for the day. We'll come back on Saturday with another one of these. I don't even know, what do we get viewers wise today, guys? I have no idea. I hid my little viewer thing, so I couldn't see it. We got 33 of you guys watching over on Twitch. How many are watching over on YouTube? Guys, if you do have a Prime sub you've not yet used too, please use it on me. That does help me out quite a bit. Let's boot up Marbles on Stream, or Steam. It's a really good game, man. It is a really good game. I think it's gonna fall, unfortunately, under the radar compared to EU, and that's just kind of what happens, right? When you have to deal when you're dealing with like a Goliath game like that. But it is a really good game. It's really fun. We haven't gotten into any combat, so combat is a really big part of it. Jonah, thank you, brother. I remember your name, bro. You will enjoy when we jump into war sales at the end of this month. I'm doing a contract with Tailworld, so I'll be streaming on their official Discord, or I'm sorry, their official channel when the game goes live. Oh, they sent me 4 keys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do one giveaway right now, and then I'm gonna do 3 giveaways on Saturday. I could ask Paradox if they have any to give away too. Boom. Switch to marbles on stream. All right, we're doing a race. Which race are we doing? Who knows? Nobody knows. I know, but I don't know which one it's gonna be. Death Alley is pretty fun. Convergence is pretty good. Either way, this will be a PC only key, and the only way to enter into this giveaway is to do it on Twitch. Unfortunately, I gotta do what my buddy Pwnstar does. He sets it up on his Discord. So you join his Discord and you enter through there, and then it compiles a name and he enters the names into here. I gotta ask him how he does it. It's probably very easy, but it makes it a lot more automatic. Yeah, he's porn star guy. I actually know a lot of porn stars. I know a lot of porn stars, and I know a lot of OnlyFans girls. And I think you might be thinking that I know like 20 or 30, but I think in the purview, any more than 2 is a lot. You know, like how many of you know OnlyFans girls and porn stars? And it's not even I seek these people out. I match with one on Hinge. We all know Ivana on Twitch. I just was walking around money. I have 2 nickels. I went to Hollywood Horror Nights and I saw Angel Youngs and I was like, that's weird. I was at Gold's Gym. Oh, I was at Gold's like a month ago, 3 weeks ago, and Parika Vani was there, and I'm like, and she was doing a specific exercise. I'm like, don't do this. Don't, like, no to me, as in like, don't look at her ass. You've seen it. You've seen it on Pornhub. It feels weird. I guess that's the thing to clarify. I actually don't know any porn stars that I had known prior, right? Like, oh, I've watched, big fan of your material. I've seen lots of it. I don't know any of those. I've found out that they were. I don't know anyone that like I've actively viewed before. Let's do, I like Death Alley. It's better in life than my phone. Depends. If you've flown out of LA to Vegas, you've also seen porn stars for sure. So guys, type in !play to join on in. I'll be sending you an Ubisoft Uconnect key to get to play the game if you so wish. So type in !play. We'll get this going to conclude our stream here for the day. If you are watching on YouTube, you will need to make the switch to Twitch. And then guys, remember to, if you have a Prime sub you've not yet used, please use it on me. It's my full-time job. My first day streaming back in like a month. Let's pop off over here, as they would say. I think we got like 12 subs today. Thank you guys so much. I don't know, Arthur. Probably not. It doesn't really look. I use mine for porn star. It doesn't necessarily look inviting to me. It looks kind of cool, but it didn't have any like really cool mechanics that I was like, oh fuck, I gotta try that. Any more people want to join in? !play to join. I'll give you just about 40 more seconds to join in. So I'm thinking of getting into watching wrestling because it's fun. It's fun. It's such a shit show. I know it's not real, but it's real, right? Like it's choreographed to an extent. It's like 70-80% choreographed. They know the outcome roughly. But it's kind of like watching theater. It's no different than watching theater, really. Yeah, WWE. And I don't know where to start. I have no idea where to start. The physical improv, dude, that's such a cool way to put it, Grim Titan. I really love, like, I love watching wrestling documentaries. Like, the Vince McMahon one on Netflix is great. They've got the one that's like behind the scenes of what's going on. Yeah, it's just fun. It's just ridiculous. But I was kind of thinking of watching, like, going back to like the Attitude Era and watching it. There's a show called Heels. In the last like year, I've been really interested in learning about wrestling because I think it's really fun. Like I said, I come from the theater world. I did so many theatrical plays. I did so much improv in my life that it's really interesting to see how they do it. I'm like, this is just 100% theater. So, yeah, dude, don't get me started. Liv Morgan's so hot. Guys, what if I were to did a WWE diva? They're just called wrestlers now. They don't call them divas anymore. Right? I'd love it. I really liked Heels too, Kier. I was really upset that they didn't finish it. I think Heels has some of the best character writing I've ever seen in a show. Everyone has a really satisfying arc. And it sucks that it just went... Tristra... Oh, dude, yeah, 100%. What's her name, too? I'm a big thighs guy, and she's got big old thighs. She's Australian. She kind of looks like Marilyn Manson, but she's not. Rhea Ripley, thank you. Yes. Love Rhea Ripley. Randy Quaid? No. Let's go ahead and start this bitch. 20 people dropping into the marbles of doom. Let's find out who's going to win here today. Elrath is in, Kira's in, Dante, Nature Boy, and Alpha Blue. Those are all people who are subscribers of the channel being dropped into the poop chute. And it's down we go. Let's take a look. We're going through the diamond clits into the fallopian tubes of doom. This is going to be corrugated steel, which is a nice... Oh, shit. Off to the races we go. Is Grim Titan going to stay in the leader? Is he going to get knocked off? This place is meant to knock you off the course. As you come around here to the not the vulvas. What's it called in your throat? Not uvulas. The uvulas. You're just knocking through the uvulas. Elrath's whipping down. Oh, Mark Crockett just squeezes forward. Boom! Matty Rabbit, we were talking about WWE wrestlers Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, my two big crushes right now in the WWE Pantheon. As Jonah Lux hits into the vulvas at a non-stop speed. Kira's at no! Blip. Jonah Lux pushing far ahead, but Satori Sama just squeezing into it. Bam! Launching down the poop chute. Coming all the way over here. Satori is ripping right through. Squeezing, gets through that final uvula, and I love that move. I love the whole entire thing he's got going on, because he's shooting right into the final two sets of uvulas of doom. Oh, with a good amount of momentum, he brings himself all the way through, just skirting by everyone, launching into the final one. Oh, boom! Oh, man, look at that! Satori's gonna get it! Oh, I'm sorry, there's one more. Is this gonna slow him down? I don't think so. He's got a... Uh-oh. He lost a lot of momentum on that last one. He got hit by one of these little tiny pimples that pops out. Sometimes they get you in the middle of a date. Sometimes they get you on your wedding day. Who knows? But, oh, that's the ghost. Alpha Blue screams back up to second place, showing Satori that he's not afraid. Now it's neck and neck for these two. Who's going to win? They have to still kind of veer through another set of turns here. They're on the same one. Who's going to fall in first? It's going to be Alpha Blue skirts in just ahead of Satori Sama to win that giveaway here for ANNO 117. So a huge shout out again to Ubisoft for providing me these keys. It's not a sponsored stream, it's just thank you for that. Oh, man. Look at that. But don't worry, I've got 3 more keys to give away, and I'm going to give them away on Saturday. We'll do our stream on Saturday, and we'll just jump through this and have a great time. We'll continue our Albion campaign. We'll learn more about it. We'll get into some war and some conflict. I think it'll be pretty good. Legit giants. I mean, uvula, vulva. Maddie, is there any difference really? You gotta ask yourself. Is there any difference between a uvula and a vulva? Truly, truly. There you go, Alpha Blue. Go ahead and pop that into, you gotta put it into Uconnect is where you're gonna put, you do not redeem that on Steam. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. It's a girl house. Guys, thank you so much for watching here today. First stream back in a long time. Thank you to all of our subscribers. 5 subs in from Tu Wong, SF Sleeper dropping in a prime sub. Kirazan and Dante also giving off subs. And then Tu Wong giving just a normal sub as well. So we've got a lot of good subs. 1, 2, 3, 4, plus that. It's 9 total subs here today. Again, if you do have a prime sub, you've not yet used this month, use it on me, motherfuckers. I mean, what do you mean? Where you put it? Oh, I'm sorry. What I read as what you put in it. I'm like, you can put both things in both those locations. You can milk anything with nipples, really. Let's see who we're following, who's playing right now, who are we gonna raid? Nino is playing Arc Raiders. God, everyone's playing Arc Raiders. I do want to do an Arc Raiders stream. I don't know if you guys have any interest in watching it though. Yeah, man, absolutely, dude. Thank you for watching here today. Mind Jive, glad you had a good time watching. Tangent. Mr. Llama is watching Running Man trailer. Sponsored? That's weird. Oh, dude, we'll raid Miss Mills. She's playing Enshrouded with the new Enshrouded patch. 156 people are watching the gorgeous Polish Miss Mills. You too, guys. Thanks for watching here today. I've started the raid, so joining on the raid. We're going to be raiding Miss Mills. If you like survival games, you will really like Enshrouded. I think it's kind of, you know, I like Valheim. I think it's charming, but I think I like I like Enshrouded more. Good to see you too. Good to see you too. I haven't seen you in quite a bit, Maddie. From the Darktide launch days. Well, I can't say that I'm going to be playing Darkside soon. That's all I'll say about that. Later, Iwar. I'll talk to you later, man. You're right, I can't. But all right, this stream is getting going here in 10 seconds. So guys, thank you so much for watching here today. Have a good one. Take care. Wash your hands. Stay safe. I hope you enjoyed watching Anno. We'll be back again on Saturday playing more Anno. Tomorrow I'm going to work on my beginner's guide for Anno so that you guys can have that for those that are trying to jump in. And we'll just be explaining pretty much everything that I talked about on stream here today, going through every little piece of it, explaining and breaking down why you're going to approach things, how you're going to approach it, and what have you. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Take care. Wash your hands. Stay safe. Let's get this raid going here in 3, 2, 1.